Here with Craig of Fishers Finery. And today we're going to be talking about divesting from China. This is something that's on the mind for many Amazon sellers currently, especially now that we have 157% tariff um, set to go into effect on November 1st. How do we protect ourselves and how do we diversify our suppliers outside of China? So today, Craig will be discussing how Fishers Finery has been able to successfully do that and how the process is currently going as he uses Inventory Optimizer to help with that process. So on that note, I'll hand it off to Craig.
Thanks, Ryan. So I know it's something we've discussed with many of our current clients that are using Inventory Optimizer, and you know, what can they do? How can they remain nimble? How can they be agile? And so, it parallels our journey of manufacturing in 7 to 8 different manufacturers. Currently, we're in China, Pakistan, uh, Vietnam, and then a little bit in India and in Italy. So if we go back in time, though, from when we first started, Fisher's Finery was 100% China-centric from a contract manufacturing standpoint. We worked with, I think, 5 or 6 manufacturers doing different components of our collection. We do, some bedding, we do women's athleisure, we do some cashmere accessories, a whole host of products, robes and towels and blankets. And so we cover multiple categories, and one factory cannot produce everything we have. We have to find multiple manufacturing partners. So, when we first started, it was easiest to identify potential manufacturing partners and work in China, and that worked well at the start. What we realized, after about 2 or 3 years was that costs were rising in China, and this is well before any issues with tariffs and duties and all that stuff. And there were slowdowns at the port of LA every year, and it was just becoming increasingly more difficult to have a reliable supply chain. So costs are rising, reliability of getting product in for Q4 is becoming an issue, and we decided to take a look at moving manufacturing out of China. So we took 2 major portions of our collection. And when I say major, I mean one collection, our women's athleisure collection, is over 2,000 SKUs. One of our team members, Alyssa, is director of production and design. And so I had a ton of help, but we began to prospect manufacturers, and we looked in India, Bangladesh, and Vietnam. Because of Inventory Optimizer and the ability to forecast for the horizon that we set, and again, horizon is the time we issue a PO to when the product's going to be able to sale and what amount of product we're ordering to cover what period of time. So as we were working on this, we knew we were going to have a disruption in our normal supply chain. So we over ordered. We used the software to order for more than a 90-day supply. We pushed it out to 180. We ordered enough product to cover it, and we began to make a transition at the end of Q1 so that we'd be done with it before the big run up around Q4. Because the product Inventory Optimizer and Restock AMZ uses AI-driven inventory forecasting models, we have a high degree of accuracy with what's going to sell in what time frame. And so we were able to get our orders in place with the existing supplier while we were working with the new suppliers. For that collection, we isolated a supplier in Vietnam. We went through the whole pre-production sampling, all of the fits, and it's a big job to move, a number of parent products and all those ASINs or SKUs. And with the data we had, we were able to have a high degree of comfort that we were not going to run out of stock, that we had a buffer to make that major change in going from one country to another and changing manufacturers. That same situation replicated itself when we moved our robes out of China and we moved them to Pakistan, and then our towels as well into Pakistan. So uh, the commercial here is if you want to decrease your reliance on manufacturing partners in China and you want to look at either Vietnam or Bangladesh or India or Pakistan, and you need an AI-driven forecasting solution that is specialized in looking at e-commerce companies, we can help you determine what amount of product you're going to need to cover the period it's going to take you to change, what amount you want to place your orders with the new manufacturer, and we can make sure you're not going to have too little and not going to have too much and allow you to be nimble and reactive to what's happening in today's marketplace.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, our product allows you to set for each of your suppliers differing lead times, different MOQs. You could set on the item level as well. So if you have certain items that have a differing manufacturing time, we could set that lead time to be different than what's the rest of that supplier. Same thing, individualized MOQs, individualized case pack quantities. And again, all of that's available inside of Inventory Optimizer. And we'll be happy to show you how that works and how it has benefited Fishers Finery, as well as show you how it could work with your data. We offer free trials of our software. You'll have the ability to test our software for up to 30 days, see what you think. And during that time, you'll be working with Craig, myself, other members of the Fishers Finery and Inventory Optimizer team in order to have your company set up the way that it needs to be, because everything that we do is bespoke to your company. This isn't a one size fits all solution. And I just want to thank everybody out there for listening today. I hope you tune in again soon. Please subscribe and like the video if you felt that the content here was valuable. And comment below. We always look forward to hearing from potential customers as well as just users and sellers out there who just want may want a little bit more information and may have some video ideas that we could help contribute towards. Thank you, everybody, and have a good weekend.
Thanks, Ryan.